Alright guys, it's Justin again with another work in progress. This is going to be, I think, work in progress number 4 for the Master Grade Build Strike. Last time I showed off the leg, I think I did anyway. So that's all painted, top coated, glossy, all that good stuff, ready for armor. I've got the feet all done. There's what the bottom looks like. A couple different tones on there. I've actually gone ahead and painted the other one, and these are ready for to remove the masking tape. But I'll do that later. We don't need that. So the last work in progress is cut kind of short because I had filmed a whole bunch of stuff for it, but then I wound up not using any of that footage because of reasons. But I think I'm missing something. But anyway, I just ran with a short video for the last one, so we're gonna try and keep this one longer and edited and all that good stuff, but not too long. Just long enough to actually show some progress and stuff like that, so you guys can see some work and actually pull something from a video rather than sitting here seeing me talk for a minute or two about stuff that's going on. So anyway, the frame, the legs anyway, are done. I've got the arms here. I'm still kind of in the planning stage of what I want to do with them, how I'm going to tackle these paint apps and stuff like that. I've got a couple ideas I'm kicking around. Not really solid on anything yet, but the arms are going to be strange. I think I might do just mostly steel like everything else. I mean, all the exposed bits are definitely going to be steel, but I think the elbow joint is going to maybe be silver with some gold accents, or I don't know. I'm not really sure, but I've actually finally got my decals in, and as you can see, a whole bunch of these have actually been cut off, which means I have had time to finish the build booster, and I must say I'm very pleased with the end result. I used a couple stickers, just like this one right here, and these little red things, but everything else is water slide. I didn't go too heavy on the backpack because I didn't want it to look super busy. There weren't a whole lot of spots where I could think to put stuff, but I put some caution markings and some generic warnings, and then a couple of just miscellaneous things around the kit to make it look interesting. I really like that I put the blue here. It really helps this kind of stand on its own. And when you flip it up, the handle's red. So I'm really pleased with that. That looks really good. So that is all done, and it's ready for a mobile suit to be slapped onto it. So what I've done besides this is I literally, maybe 10 minutes ago, got up from the spray booth, and I had maybe an hour and a half painting session, and I have painted the entire waist and the entire torso. So there's like the lower waist piece right here. Just gotta open that up and put the inside pieces back in. It's ready to rock. We've got the center of the chest where the cockpit is. I'm gonna go in there with a brush maybe. Really hand detailing some of this stuff. Just trying to make some of the details pop out a little bit. And let's see what else we got. The back thrusters are done in duraluminum. And I'm going to go ahead and paint those little dots gold like I did with the regular strike, or the ale strike. And the back skirts are duraluminum on one side and steel on the other. And I need to go in and touch these thrusters here. But for the most part, everything's been base coated, so there should be very minimal masking on those parts, and then you know, go from there. It'll be just hand detailing. So give me a second, I'll come back and we'll see what I can have standing here when I come back. Alright, so I kind of misstated what I was going to be doing with this next part. I figured maybe you guys would like to see how I go about detailing. Basically the first thing I do is when I get done with a batch of parts, I kind of pick through them and decide what is going to be done with what. And by that I mean, am I going to mask, am I going to just hand paint, or is the piece done? So most of these parts need a little bit of touch up, so this is fine. So I'm going to put this over here with everything that's done. The shoulder joints, the crotch piece, the chest, all that stuff's done. Probably do a little bit with the neck, or the collar rather. Shoulders. So anything that has any kind of like detail and stuff on it, I've kind of pulled aside, and now I can do stuff with it. So the next order of business is how I'm going to detail this. So what needs to be masked is going to be separated, and then what is going to be hand brushed is going to be separated, or you know, they're going to be divided into two basically places. So this needs to be painted duraluminum up here at the top, and then the back is just going to be basically brush detailed. These skirts, I'm pretty happy with where they are right now, so ready for hand brushing. I'm not sure if I want to do these yet. I think I'm just going to go ahead and hand paint some stuff on them and leave that. This is hand paint. This needs a little bit of masking. So there we go. So we have two pieces that need to be masked. The rest is going to be hand painted. So I'm gonna show you how I hand paint real quick, and then I'll go paint, and then we'll come back with other stuff. So since all these details are really small and there's not a lot that goes on here, I do one of two things. I will either use a really tiny brush. This is this one's a 3-0. Usually a little smaller than that. Where'd my 00 go? Well, whatever. I just get a really small detail brush, and I use the paint that I'm using. So we'll go ahead and do the red dots first, but for that I'm not going to use a brush. I'm actually going to use a toothpick. So take this little palette, which is really dirty. I actually haven't cleaned this since I painted Rambo Ral. Or not Ral, shoot, I can't remember his name right now. The Goof Custom guy. The paint off with Suthagiwa. But yeah, I just put a little dot, and I dip my brush in it. Well, my Q-tip, toothpick, whatever. And I'm just going to dot the reds on where I want them, because this is all I'm using the red for. So that easy. And then the same thing for smaller pieces with the metallics. The only difference is with those I use Testors enamels instead, and that gives me a really nice looking finish, because they're enamels. They dry, they level themselves out before they dry, or as they dry. So it gives me plenty of time to mess around with them without worrying about you know, brush marks and stuff like that. It'll just look you know, it'll look fine when it's dried, basically. So I'm just going to do this and then we'll cut and we'll come back. Looks pretty good. See all those little details. Get these ones on the back. That one's really bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet a Q-tip and just wipe it away. Then we will come back and just do it again until we get it right. And that's still too much. And fortunately these are acrylics, so they're really easy to put on and wipe away if you mess up. There we go, looking good. So I'm gonna cut here and then I'm gonna paint all this stuff and then I'll come back when the frame is done. So see you guys in a second. Alright, and I'm back with the standing frame for once I actually kind of hit the deadline that I wanted to. Oop. So, all the metallic parts have been painted. So, here's what the frame looks like. I got all the pistons and stuff painted. I've painted some red details in, some gold, some duraluminum, and I'm really happy with it. I didn't want a whole lot of lighter accents that poke through, and there's a pretty decent bit that pokes through on this, like a majority of this little piece right here on the side. This whole thing up here, little bits through this, the vents and stuff like that. So I wanted those to stay a dark color, but my joints and stuff like that are different accents. I think the only thing I would have changed might have been I might have added some gold to the knees, but I'm happy. I think it looks pretty good. It's just how I want it to. It's nice and reflective. You can kind of see it catching my reflection as I pass my hand through it. So that's the way the frame's gonna stay. It's gonna be nice and glossy when the kit's finished. So now that metallics are out of the way, with the exception of the hands, I have to do the hands and detail those, but that will take like 5 seconds. What's next are reds. We're going to go ahead and get all the reds out of the way. That way I can get this guy properly standing. I've already painted one of his feet, so there's that. It's going to be a nice brown shaded red. Very, looks, it's kind of deep. This still needs a gloss coat, so I'll do that when I do the rest of them. And then after that, I believe I'm going to start working on whites. So I've already separated all of my whites. This is everything that needs to be painted white with a white base coat anyway. So this is gonna get the blue and then the dark blue for this highlight or for the shades, and then pass over it with white until I'm happy, and we'll go from there. So then everything else will be separated between what's finished and what needs to be masked. So like this is probably going to be just one color. This is going to be one color. But basically I'm just going to separate everything once it's done, and then everything that needs masking is going to be put into the next bin where I'm going to do my off-whites. And then I'm going to paint all those up, and then I'm going to move into colors. The only colors on this kit are, well, the only colors left, rather. Not very many of them. So, as you're looking at yellows, blues, and off-whites. That's all that's left besides the white armor. So, once that's done, I'm going to be kind of decaling as I go. So whatever I finish, I'm going to put a nice gloss coat on. and start putting the decals where I want them. So hopefully that comes out well. But after all that's done, he will technically be finished, but I still have to do this guy. I'll probably start that, and then I will do the whole photo shoot thing, and then I'll put the gallery up. So you can expect maybe 2, possibly 3 more work in progresses for this guy, and he will be done. But that's the end of this one. So thank you guys for sticking around and listening to me ramble and talk. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.